Hey y'all, welcome back to another video. Today I'm going to be doing a little bit of a different video than what I usually do. I've always kind of prided myself on being a good equestrian YouTuber that showcases the real struggles of an equestrian and doesn't just hide it and make edits of me going over big jumps. So in this video I'm going to be giving you guys a kind of life update and also share something I've been struggling with. I also want to give a warning that there will be talk of vomiting throughout this video, so if you're not really into that, I'm not sure if this is the video for you. And also, a lot of these videos that are going to be on screen, I'm not going to look very good in just because of the events that have happened before me riding and just me getting used to this new horse. So I'll start by explaining kind of what's changed. Everyone knows there's been this huge heat wave throughout basically the whole entire planet. So due to that and not wanting to burn my skin off, me and my family decided to switch my lesson time from 10 in the morning to 8 in the morning. And another thing we had decided to do, that throughout July and August we are going to stop half leasing Bruno and Pretzel. Just because of the heat, and we are not going to be doing competitions these months either, so it would kind of just be like a waste of money. So we're just going to be doing lessons from July to August, but then we will show for September and October. So for my first lesson that was at 8 a.m., I rode Bruno and it was all good, just another normal lesson, and I had a fun time. He's just such a fun horse to ride, and I've really enjoyed being able to lease him these past few months and show him. But these past 2 weeks, I started riding a new horse named Sunny. She looks just like Bruno. Her coat is a little lighter, and I think she's a hand or two bigger. But she is also a halflinger. And I've already learned a lot by riding her these past 2 weeks. And it's just been really fun getting to know her character. But the events that have happened before our lesson haven't been as beneficial. Alright, so now I'm going to kind of get into the story time of this whole video. So it was my second 8 a.m. lesson, and I always eat before I ride, and I had an avocado bagel. As soon as I got in the car, I realized my stomach wasn't really agreeing with the bagel. At first I just ignored it. I thought it just might have been something that would probably pass soon, but it continued to get worse and worse as we drove there, we arrived. So at this point, I kind of realized I am probably going to throw up. And that is not a very exciting thought, especially before getting on a horse, let alone a new horse. So I first went to grab Bruno because I naturally assumed that's who I'd be riding, but then my trainer texted my dad saying that I was going to be on Sunny. So I was like, oh, okay, that's fine. I'm excited to ride her. I've always seen other girls riding her, and she looks just like a really fun ride. So I grab her, I start grooming and tacking up, and then I'm like, all right, I know I don't want to be riding with this terrible feeling in my stomach, so I know I just need to let it out. So I go to the bathroom and I throw up. I get over it. It was terrible, terrible, terrible. But I get on and I ride. But I honestly thought I was going to pass out because that meant all water, any sign of hydration just had left my body. So I was struggling through this lesson. But I mean, I made it out alive. I'm okay, and I just went through the remaining week assuming that it was just something wrong with the bagel. So then me and my parents agreed that I'd have oatmeal the next week for my lesson because I'd had that the week I rode Bruno and I was perfectly fine. So then I eat the oatmeal, we go ride, and basically the same thing happened that had happened in the previous lesson the week before. I think it was just because I was mainly nervous about having to throw up again. So I understand a lot of you are probably very confused and concerned about what's happened and how relaxed I am about it, but the truth is I've been battling with this for like 3 years now. My anxiety-induced stomach aches started when me and my family made a huge move down from my hometown to now this new amazing state. And I thought I was going to be fine. I didn't really care. I was ready to explore new places, but my stomach disagreed. And I basically spent the whole 12-hour drive down throwing up. And so this was very unusual for me, and it concerned me. And every morning from then on, I'd wake up and I would like search for any funny feeling in my stomach and try and point it out. And it just wasn't a good time. It was very hard on me and my family because I would not want to go anywhere from when I woke up to about 12. I would usually throw up if I did. I just did not want to go anywhere early in the morning because when we moved, we had gotten up at 4 a.m. and left. So I had struggled with this morning sickness / anxiety-induced stomach aches practically that whole summer. It made vacations perilous and a lot of stuff my family wanted to do inaccessible. But then through all of this and experimenting with what helped and what didn't, I was able to find something that would curb my stomach aches. And I was practically fine through fall, winter, and spring, but then in the summer, it spiked again. Here's something I wanted to add. So we moved down summer 2022, and obviously we were in a search of a barn because that's another kind of main reason we had moved down, because equestrian activities weren't very accessible. There weren't many where we had originally lived. And so when we moved down, we found a good barn, but I had eventually decided to take the summer off because of my stomach. Now fast forward summer 2023, I'm basically relapsing everything that I'd gone on the past summer, though I kind of rode through it in a way. Since I knew the things that would help me, I used them, and therefore it made that summer less painful. And one thing I think I'll always be proud of myself for is that fall there was a hunter pace at my old barn, but we had to be there at like 7:30. If you would have told myself that when we first moved down, aka summer 2022, I would have thrown up at the words. But fall 2023 me was not going to let this opportunity pass. So I'd worked hard finding a food in the morning that I would be able to keep down and that would give me good energy. And I got up and I rode, and I still have that red ribbon. After that, it felt like I had cured it. It felt like I had hit Goliath right in the head with the stone and he was down and never coming back. Because from 2023 then to 2024, all through 2024, I was completely fine and did not feel a tickle of my anxiety-induced stomachache. But here I am, summer 2025, feeling kind of just like how I did in 2022. Scared, worried, and just so uncertain at what I can do to try and help myself. But I've started to think and remember the things that helped me back in that time. And now I'm going to use them to my aid for future lessons. I'm sure you're kind of confused why I would post this. My reason is when my stomach aches began, I felt so alone, like I was the only one going through this. But as I explored and investigated what was going on with me, I found out there are so many other people that go through this too, like my mom and maybe even yourself. And it doesn't have to be exactly my situation. I think we can all agree one does not simply go through life without stressing, without being anxious about something. So your situation might be nothing like mine or exactly. So I'm posting this for there to be a sense of community, unity, and belonging. Nothing is wrong with you because you're anxious. It's okay to worry, but don't let it take over your life. Worrying is something everyone goes through, but it's your decision if you want to make it your personality or just another emotion that's passing through. And I also want to let you know it's okay. Whatever you're going through, it will pass too. My next lesson could be the best lesson I've ever had. I might not feel any anxiety or stomach aches at all, or who knows, I might throw up again. But the point is to get back on and ride through it. You are stronger than whatever is eating away at you. I appreciate you for watching and listening. I know it's kind of been an earful, but I hope I can make some other girls or boys feel like they're not weird because they worry or weird because they also have this anxiety problem. Things that have helped me through my anxiety situation have been deep breaths, and my mom has a special essential oil called Digesten. That was like my saving grace in 2022. Another thing is distracting myself, because I will go into a spiral if I feel like I'm going to throw up. So whatever I can do that will draw my mind away from those thoughts and dwelling on that are literally thinking about random things, praying, focusing on whatever's going on, identifying colors of certain things. Yeah, just whatever. Because if I start dwelling on my stomach ache, I know that I will start mapping out everything. Where I'm gonna end up throwing up, how I'm gonna do it, and what I'm gonna do afterwards. It just turns into just a thing that ends up in motion, basically. I know I've been prattling on a bit, and I appreciate you for listening again. I hope this will also help me power through what I'm going through now. So, for the 237th time, thank you for listening and watching,